Hey, what's up guys? Yokobomb here, and welcome to a brand new series of Out of the Park Baseball, and the first series on my channel. In fact, as I am starting a brand new channel right here. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and enable challenge mode just because. And going to get started here. Going to enable the Nippon Professional Baseball League in Japan, the KBO, and the Cuban Baseball League, and we are going to be choosing the Orioles as our team for this franchise /save/ whatever you want to call it. So I decided to choose the Orioles because they're basically in a really interesting position right now. They basically have no redeemable assets right now. They have 3 prospects in the top 100, and they're the best one, I think, is ranking 79, which is Austin Hayes. And those 3 prospects include Diaz, an outfielder that they just acquired from the Dodgers in the Machado trade, who I will be trading in this franchise just to keep it realistic. And I am trying to rebuild the Orioles, not build upon what they already have. I'm really trying to create a new dynamic and change things for the better in this organization. And the Orioles really are an interesting team. They did make the playoffs once in the 2010s. And I really do think that they were a few moves away from actually being able to sustain some success. But they really derailed that by bad decisions. One of them being the pretty much the main one being not extending Nelson Cruz. When they did get him, they bought low on him, and they signed him after he had that season where he was suspended for basically the whole second half after being caught using steroids. And they bought low on him, and he performed really well, and they decided not to extend him, which subsequently later they extended Mark Trumbo after they kind of had the same thing with him. After they bought low on him, and he had a really good season with them. And he's not the player that Cruz is, never was going to be, or maybe they did think he was going to be, but they still decided to extend him, and it's obviously hasn't really worked how they want it to. And they also really they didn't do anything to rebuild, but they also didn't, at the same time, really do anything to contend. The Orioles are pretty much notorious for having the bad pitching staffs that they've had recently. And, every offseason was like, oh, the Orioles are looking to upgrade the rotation. They're looking to upgrade the rotation. But really, it ended up with them every season re-signing Ubaldo Jimenez, and he'd come back with an ERA over 5. And here we're actually going to name our GM Cal Ripken Jr. just for the heck of it. We're going to be playing as only the GM, basically because if I play as the GM and manager, I have to micromanage pretty much every day in this game, and it just makes it go a lot quicker if I don't have to micromanage the lineup with small injuries and things like that. Plus, it's just more realistic, I feel like, because as the general manager does have influence, and the front office has influence on the decisions that the manager makes, especially in today's game with how based on sabermetric it is, with the manager basically just carrying out the game plan that the front office tells him, rather than how it used to be with managers being big personalities and so on. So yeah, we're gonna be just playing as the general manager here, and obviously going to be choosing the Orioles as we've already described. So we're going to go ahead and get into it right here. And first things first, we're going to go ahead and look at our scouting department, or our team, basically just our team scout in this game, because that's all it is. Because while we are trying to rebuild a team, the most important thing will be our scouting director, because as you can see here, scouting amateur players that we can get to develop to help rebuild this organization. And this guy is excellent at scouting amateurs, just great at scouting major minors, international free agents. So not bad. We're gonna stay with this guy. As for other personnel like Buck Showalter, I don't really know what we're gonna do with that. Yeah, I definitely want to take a more sabermetric approach, especially with my manager. I definitely don't want to be playing small ball, although Showalter's rated really highly in this game, or I should say he has a good reputation. So we're going to take a look at this Major League roster. Obviously, not really anything special. We have Machado, the obvious star of the team, who we will be getting rid of, sadly, but kind of also not sadly because it's going to be fun rebuilding this without him. Basically, we have a bunch of old veteran guys, kind of a bunch of journeymen, like Colby Rasmus, Valencia, a few young players like Mancini, Santander, Jonathan Scope, pretty young, good infielder, and obviously Chris Davis, the old veteran who we're going to be trying to get anything we can out of, even though I'm not going to be trading Chris Davis just because of the realism. His contract is never going to get moved unless we eat most of it. But it's going to be like a Ryan Howard situation where we're going to be releasing him. But in Ryan Howard's case, they just declined a team option, I'm pretty sure. But we also have Austin Hayes here. Probably he is the best prospect in the Orioles organization. His hitting ratings are pretty decent. His eye is really low. That's pretty concerning. But he's on the Major League roster right now, but I'd anticipate that I'm probably going to send him down to start with because Trumbo is injured right now. Here the injured we have the start of the season. Trumbo, Britton, Ynoa, and Alex Cobb. Cobb and Trumbo will be back. So, they'll be back for basically the start of the season. They'll miss the very beginning, probably, as we're in spring training right now. They'll miss the start of the season. And I'll probably just have Hayes cover for Trumbo in like the week or two he misses. And the big question mark is Rasmus and Valencia. If these guys struggle, which I anticipate they will. So if that happens and I decide that DFA or release these guys, Hayes will definitely be the first guy I want up because I definitely want him, if he's in the majors, I want him to be playing pretty much every day to see what we have in him. I mean, he's 22, which is pretty young, but I definitely want him getting a lot of at bats so he can raise his ratings in this game. Looking at the pitching, Gosman's the best starter we have, and he's 2.5 stars. Not ideal. Looking at the bullpen, the Orioles bullpen actually isn't that bad ratings wise. In real life, they haven't really been good, but they have a few decently rated guys. Brad Brock is known as a pretty good reliever. He's coming off a couple of really good seasons. I'm probably gonna see what kind of value I can get for him in July. When we basically have a fire sale of anything valuable on this team whatsoever. I'll probably look to deal him just because we won't be bringing him back, and I'm pretty sure his contract expires at the end of the season, yeah. So, yeah, we'll probably be looking to move him, looking to move Britton, guys like that. As for the minor leagues, looking at prospects, I think we can do this better than just looking at the minor leagues. Is there any way to... Yeah, top prospects. Austin Hayes, of course. Ryan Mountcastle, who's currently injured right now. I really like his hitting ratings, although his eye is pretty low. It's also good that he's hardworking. The OSA ratings don't expect his eye to really develop, but that's fine, I guess. Chance Sisco, he'll be in the majors at some point this year, most definitely. Just to see what we have. Our catchers, Suzak and Caleb Joseph, definitely aren't worth throwing out there every day. So we'll definitely see what Francisco can do. And then we have Hunter Harvey, another guy, 23. He's in the high A ball on this. I don't really know. His ratings look pretty decent. Good fastball, good curve. That doesn't really have a third pitch. Stamina's only 50. Based on what I see right now, he looks like he could be he might be an effective reliever for us, with his stamina not really being that high. But of course, with our rotation, he might be one of the better guys we have. But I see him developing into more of a reliever, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. My plans for this franchise are basically to go month by month. I don't really plan on showing the daily simulations just because that takes a lot of time. I don't really want to put that in the video. You'd probably be bored to death basically watching that video. So I don't really want to do that. I plan on just kind of recapping every month and telling you guys how it went. And going over moves I made over the month. If there's anything really big that happens, which I don't really anticipate until when we'll probably deal Machado right around the All-Star break, like it happened in real life. But other than that, I don't really think anything big will happen. But who knows? I'll check in and let you guys know if something happens that's really prominent in the middle of the month. But other than that, I just plan on kind of going over how the team has been performing month by month. I don't really plan on playing any regular season games as a manager and going into the play now mode. But that could change if you guys want to see something like that or anything like that. Definitely drop a suggestion below in the comments if you want to see anything like that. And I think that is going to do it for this episode. Basically just introducing you guys to the series we're about to be starting. So in the beginning of the next video, we'll be in the beginning of May, jumping to that and showing how we did in the first month. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.